Greetings, Panther fans. Welcome into a live edition of the Bleav in Panthers post-game show here on Bleav Podcast Networks, brought to you by the fine folks over at Fanduel. Desmond Johnson in the house with the Panthers' all-time leading rusher, Jonathan Stewart. The Panthers control their destiny, 23-20 winners over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the first time Bryce Young has defeated the Buccaneers in his career. It's the first time Baker Mayfield has lost to the Panthers in his career out of 6 tries. Stu, You're at the stadium right now. Let's get a quick check-in from you. I want to know about – we'll get into the game in a minute, but I want to know about the atmosphere at Bank of America Stadium today, because you could feel it through the TV. And there's only been a couple of times like that where the past 4 or 5 years where I'm watching the game, I'm like, there
was a lot of nostalgia out there today. They had the end zones painted, the old school Carolina emblems in the end zone, and I got a chance to be the hype man before the game started. They gave me a mic. So you know what happens when you give me the mic, dog.
You didn't start singing Carolina Mike, did you?
Nah, I didn't do that. But I just gave him a little hype up speech. It was right before the Buccaneers came out, right before the game, and then the Carolina Panthers came out. But basically walked to the middle of the Panther logo here in Bank of America Stadium, and it was a special moment because it was this is that season where we are feeling the things that we all hope and believe in. We're feeling it and seeing it come together as Panther fans, right? And this team showcased this season a lot of the things that you would want to see in a winning football club, right? And it's all coming together under Dan Lanning, it's all coming together under Dan Morgan and Dave Canellis. These two guys have come into, an opportunity with Bryce Young where things were hopeless for this team. And people were kind of getting impatient. And, lo and behold, this season has gone the way it's gone. And it's no mistake when you have a guy like Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard, those guys bringing the toughness in the running game. And then you have the offensive line, the different versions of the offensive line that we've seen this year, just being able to step up when the moments matter the most and being able to continue to run the offense that, Dave Canellis draws up and find that identity week in and week out. And last week we talked about, finding your identity doesn't just happen in one game. It's a course of games. It's a course of seasons. And we've gone through a bit of a roller coaster this year. But that's what it feels like when you're invested. It should feel like a roller coaster. This team's learning. This team's growing. And I got a chance to come out here earlier in the game in this day to hype up the fans and let them know that, hey, we got to bring the juice. So
that's why he was all excited.
And it wasn't because of me. It was because of the environment just in general. I mean, I'm driving to the stadium. There's people yelling in the streets. There's people.
Oh, I love that. Uptown's going nuts.
Uptown's vibing. And I got friends texting me like, yo, man, we're over here in this parking lot tailgating. Come through. Obviously, I'm not coming through because but it's just one of those moments. And it's the holidays. It's familiar. We've been here before. Meaningful football in December. Got the crowd hyped up, keep pounding, and then PD Pablo comes on, and I lose my mind. I don't even know what happened. I blanked. My brain just went. But the stadium was loud. Then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers came out running. Then the Panthers came out running, and then it was just a football day today, man. And I was just super excited to be here to see it happen in person. Greg Olsen beat the drum. He was the legend of the game, third quarter. And if Greg Olsen's here, you definitely got to bring the juice. So it was a good day, man. Good turnout. A lot of good football was played today. All the things that we talked about this week as far as the penalties, the little things that matter in these types of games, we saw them today. And so kudos to the Carolina Panthers for making their playoff hopes get extended.
I'm glad I asked you first about the environment there because, we haven't really had an environment like that at Bank of America Stadium probably since 2017. So it was cathartic of a win for not just the players and the coaches for the Panthers, but the city of Charlotte and the region of the Carolinas in terms of what it meant, because it kind of broke a couple of things. We were getting into this whole we're gonna win this week because we lost last week. Not really paying attention to what's happening in the games that's caused them to win or lose. And I felt like today the Panthers went out and took the game. Like, it was one of the few games this year where they didn't take it at the very beginning of a game. This was a game where they had a fight. And we've seen them do this now a couple of times this year where they've been in dogfights. But honestly, I'm trying to think of when they were in a dogfight this year and they didn't win. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like the games they've lost because early on they either had turnovers, dug a hole, couldn't get it, and they tried to catch up, or somebody just blitzed us early, like Buffalo or New England, and we just couldn't figure out what we were doing. If we're in a dogfight, we are literally watching, as Panther fans, we are literally watching this team and coaching staff learn on the fly how to adapt and win football games like this. Like, this is one of those games where there wasn't a turnover in this game until the interception at the very end. The Panthers only had, you were talking about penalties last week that did us in. I think they only had like 5 penalties or something like that for the game. And I think Tampa had 8 or something like that. So neither team really had a lot of penalties. It was a fast game too. The third quarter went by in like 30 minutes because they were playing so clean. And it was just, like you said, it was just pretty good football. And we started to see, I've had questions about how much does Dave Canales trust Bryce Young? And I think he answered my question today, because we all feel like, run the ball. Matter of fact, go to, was it shop.bleav.com, go get that run the ball mug.
Yeah, go get that run the ball cup. We ran the ball too, though.
He had him throwing the ball early, and often, and he threw it more often than they ran the ball. And he felt confident putting the ball in Bryce's hands in December. And I think that's super important for Panther fans to realize. And again, I feel like every episode, especially lately, I've been having to say this. If you're on Twitter and it's the first quarter, and it's like the third pass that Bryce Young has thrown, and it's an incompletion or just off or somewhere in the stands or something, you don't have to get on Twitter and complain about Bryce Young and say we need to trade him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just sitting here
saying that today?
All day. People just
all day.
It's random players too. Usually it's Bryce, but it's random people that be like, well, let's pack up Rico. Let's trade him for a 2-yard gain on, like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, y'all got to stop living. I wrote in my notes, stop living off of Bryce's every single throw. Because you're going to give yourself an ulcer doing it like that. No quarterback is perfect. Tom Brady wasn't perfect. Like, stop acting like this dude's supposed to be completely, totally perfect. I've grown in love with Bryce Young the past couple of weeks, to be honest. Like, he has shown some moxie that I didn't know he really had. And one of these I pulled a couple audio courtesy of NFL. The first one here is Bryce to T-Mac for the lead right before halftime.
That was the biggest play of the game.
I think it was too. It gave them the lead because before that, we hadn't really done anything offensively that made me go, oh, okay, we can do something. When they did that, it felt like the offense opened up. And this was courtesy of Fox. Oh, wait. Let me play it. Technology. Hold on.
Looks like he has help. Going that way. McMillan in the end zone. He's got it! And that's going to be a Panthers touchdown! Bryce Young had him all the way. How about that?
Another thing, too, as I'm looking at the box scores, too, this game might have decided the NFL Offensive Player of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
Because this was really Ted McMillan versus Emeka Egbuka. And Emeka only had 1 catch for 40 yards, that long one up the middle. And that was late. That was in the fourth quarter on that last drive, right before the interception.
T-Mac and Bryce Young were on a different page today, and that page was called Trust.
Yep.
Okay.
Today
they went back to that chemistry thing that we was talking about in the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
They showcased all of that today. Bryce Young being in the pocket. Earlier in the game, he got tripped up by the right guard.
Corbett stepped on his foot.
His foot, and it's happened a couple of times this year. But whenever it seems that Bryce is dealing with a little bit of an injury, a little discomfort, he locks in. And
yes, let's talk about that.
He was locked in, and it was like he was literally like this dude that was just like he's a smooth criminal, man. Like
the great ones can play through it, like Jordan.
And that's what you need. You need your quarterback to have the grit, but more so the mentals to be able to stay in it, because everybody else is looking to you to guide the offense and to make plays, right? And not give the ball over. There was 1 turnover this game, and it was on the Buccaneers side towards the end of the game, where Baker had to he had to force something, right? He was looking for Mike Evans. I knew he was looking for Mike Evans. And so I'm up here in the suite, and I'm saying to myself, I hope that the defense knows that he's going to Mike Evans. And Mike made an M route. He broke in, and I think Baker was anticipating the breakout.
Yeah.
And he just threw the ball to where he was hoping that he was going to be, and they were on the same page.
Yep.
And
that's exactly what happened. Yep.
And right wide open, our rookie comes in to save the day, right?
I think I got that.
You pick it off so that way you don't give them an extension of an opportunity. So that was a huge play. Huge plays across that board. But the defensive line, Nick Scorton, oh boy.
Thank you for bringing him up, because between Lathan Ransom with the pick in the game and Scorton, who was just all over the place today, it felt like.
All over the place.
The rookie class for this Carolina Panther team is the reason why they may win the NFC South, in my opinion.
Rico,
they have so good of a job.
The rookie class stepped up, and there's no such thing as rookies, because these guys are not playing like rookies. These guys are playing like they've been here, before. Yep. But kudos to the rest of the team, the veterans on the team, the coaching staff, to get these guys developed and in position to succeed.
Here's the pick for off of Mayfield at the end of the game by the rookie Lathan Ransom right here.
Mayfield throws, and it's intercepted. It's a takeaway for the Carol.
That roar in the back is so familiar to me. Like, I know specifically it's Bank of America Stadium, like the way it sounds. So when I hear that, I'm just like, oh, and it's so exciting for me because, again, we haven't had it in a while. And I wrote down a minute, Ransom, Scorton, the rookies that Dan Morgan has put on this team, and second-year players, Jalen Coker, that stepped in. When was the last time
Jimmy Horn had a play today?
Jimmy Horn had that run. Let me ask you this: when was the last time we talked about Hunter Renfrow?
Week 2.
Is he still on the roster?
I think so.
Okay, because I remember coming into preseason, we were like, yeah, we got to keep him. He looks really, really good. Have not thought about that man once in the past, like, 6 weeks. You want to know
something? He's probably doing the unsung hero thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, I know he's still contributing. I didn't know if he was hurt.
Contributing in a lot of ways that we probably don't see behind the scenes, as far as having a veteran guy that people do look up to now. Okay?
Oh yeah, and that's critical to have at a young team like this. But the rookies and the second-year players that are on this team right now, and I kind of count Bryce Young as a second-year player too, because we've thrown his rookie year out. They are the reason why this team is in the position they're in. Where, can you imagine if we beat Seattle next week to clinch the NFC South? So we would have beaten the Seattle Seahawks, the LA Rams,
the Green Bay
Packers. Like, what? And it's just like, I don't. It's hard to put into words.
Listen, all that means is that we are capable. We are a playoff team. It's up to us to just go out there and do it, right? We have the credentials, right? We have the things that we've been able to accomplish this year. Now it's all about stacking, right? We've won, we've lost. We've won, we've lost. Now we got to go win. We can't be out here trying to, go, what's that thing called when you go like here?
Oh, seesaw.
We can't be out here seesaw
the schedule anymore. And maybe today was a turning point. I know we've said that throughout the year. Maybe today was a turning point. I'm almost not even waiting for the turning point anymore. When it happens, we'll look back in hindsight like that was the turning point. Like, we're not gonna be able to, point it out, beforehand when it happens.
I think we saw a lot of good things that can be transferred over to the next week, which was the way that Bryce Young was able to be in that pocket so calm and so poised and be so elusive. That touchdown to Jatavian Sanders in the back of the end zone.
Yep.
My guy was out there moving around like just slithery, just, and so calm, and kudos for the receivers for keeping their bodies like active, finding open spaces so that way Bryce can throw it, you know what I'm saying? And, the scramble rules, they did a great job with the fundamentals of that.
See, That's why we make a great team, because you lob that up, and I got the audio right here. Bryce Young throwing to Tavion Sanders in the back of the end zone on the scramble with her. Oh wait, I think I muted the whole thing. I'm having problems with audio today. Here we go.
Before it's over, Young is trying to scramble out of it, and he cuts back. Flows, touchdown, Panthers. Jatavian Sanders.
And the audio doesn't really do it the same credit as the video, because he's literally jumping over shoestring tackles like twice, like in the backfield, just to get open. And you know what's cool now?
He had Vita Vea in his face. Big old Vita Vea. All up in his face. And he said, hey.
Big, huge.
Did he make that? He probably make that noise too.
You probably do. It's like a Scooby-Doo monster or something.
They did a good job today of understanding where Levante David was. He was active today. You have a linebacker like him. He's been playing this game for a really good for a very long time at a high level, and understanding where he was on the field was a good adjustment, I think, in the second half. And I'm looking at this box score here, and Jalen Coker, when we needed him, he was available. I was wondering when he was going to get the ball, because obviously, T-Mac, it was a T-Mac show early and often, and then a couple of running plays here and there. But the things that these receivers do that gives me hope that this is a legit team that understands how to win. You have Jalen Coker, you have Tommy Tremble, you have Xavier Legette doing the little things. And when I'm talking little things, there was a play where Bryce Young scrambled to the Panthers sideline to pick up a first down. And Tommy Tremble is out there blocking, taking his guy out of bounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 key blocks on that run too. Yeah.
2 key blocks. And then earlier on that same drive, you have Xavier Legette on the opposite end of the field doing the same thing, getting a hat on a hat, doing the little things. When you're not getting the ball, what are you doing? Go find work. That's the definition of a team that wants to play football, that loves football, that understands what it takes to play this game. You have to go out there and get a hat on a hat to spring guys loose. Guys just don't, break these long runs just because they're outrunning everyone. Yeah. They're breaking long runs because there's a hat for a hat. And then Mitchell Evans, there was a play where Bryce Young was scrambling and he could have thrown it away to their sideline, to the Buccaneers sideline. And it was a must. It could have he could have thrown it away and we could have lived to see another down. But Mitchell Evans, just understanding the presence and the spacing where he was at for a 2-yard first down. He dumped it off, real hard catch, picked it, got it up, got a first down. It's the little things like that. Because you look at the Saints game, there was a couple passes where it was an easy first down, right? Crossing route, drop. Those types of things today, we didn't see any drops like that. There was one by Xavier Legette, but after that, you know what we did? Hey, take everyone deep, have him run a curl route in space, throw it to him, and let him run. That was one of the first times I've seen him catch and just run.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's do that more often. I want to see that more often.
And that's kind of like recognizing like what you need to do to kind of get your guys going. Because like you said, they went to Tet early and often to make sure he was involved. Because again, it's kind of hard to get him involved in the third quarter when you haven't been playing him. Look at what happened to Mika today. Like, that's the rookie wide receiver. We didn't hear his name until the fourth quarter, basically. And I've always had coaches tell me, high school and college level, whenever around them, big runs don't happen because of the offensive line. Big runs happen because the skill position players are out there blocking people further down the line, like next level linebacker, safety, doing those. That's what makes a 10-yard run a 30-yard run.
Go dig out the safety. Go pin the corner outside. Go put them in the bleachers, right? Those are the guys. And I had a lot of that. I had Steve Smith blocking for me. I had Musa Muhammad blocking for me. I had Brandon Farrell blocking for me. I had some guys,
huge dudes. Yeah, you had some. And that was back when we was every wide receiver after Smitty was like 6'5", big hands, like pushing people out the way. Like that was kind of the thing for a bit too. And we kind of got the same thing. Xavier gets big, Ted's big, Coker's like 6'4". I think we actually have one of the tallest wide receiver core in the league. Actually, it's not really talked about like that. But now is the time where Pat McAfee's been on us for. I got to give him a shout out. He's been on us for about 3-4 weeks. Hard. Like y'all need to pay attention. He uses a section of his show to talk about.
Shout out to Ocho Cinco too.
Yeah, Ocho's been with us since the beginning of the year. Like since August. He's been like, watch out for the Carolina Panthers. I like what they're doing. There's been some. Now the rest of the media, they're doing that thing where it's like, we're going to pretend like we didn't talk bad about the Panthers the first 2 months of the season and then call them the worst team. And they're all because you can tell the people that actually watch the Panthers and the ones that don't.
We call that what? Receipts.
You know, somebody, Stephen A. Smith, somebody I respect, I love as a journalist. He's one of the people that I enjoy watching and I model my career after. But you can tell he does not watch Carolina Panthers. Whenever he talks about the Panthers, he just talks about them looking at the box score, seeing the record or whatever. Yeah. Bryce Young is little, that kind of stuff. But he hadn't been watching them. I guarantee you this week on First Take, he'll be talking about the Panthers as if he's been watching them the whole season. And really, nobody but us. Nobody but us have been watching them the whole season, like us Panther faithful. But the national media, they've kind of left us alone, which is fine. We haven't done anything to justify the attention anyway. But now you're getting a situation, Stu, where we talked about this the past couple of weeks. Is there anybody in the NFC that you don't want the Panthers to play in the playoffs?
I mean,
like, would you look at any matchup and be like, we don't have enough?
If we beat the Seahawks next week, it's going to leave everybody in the National Football League confused.
Yeah. Super
and you want to know something? I believe that we can beat them. I believe we can clinch it next week. I believe that Tampa Bay can go back home to Florida and have to play the Miami Dolphins and have this whole thing of like the battle of the Florida or the Floridians or something. I don't know. But have this whole like, you know, mental block in their mind where they lose that game. And we win this game next week. And can't we clinch it?
I think we can. Like the days of us going to the games where we're like, oh no, the Rams are coming in here, or oh no, we got to play Jordan Love in Green Bay. This group has kind of erased that. Where now I'm like, I don't care who we play. Like if we're
the Seattle Seahawks probably watched this game today and said to themselves, "Ooh," because they were definitely at home because they already played earlier this week, so they had the house like, hey, come on, Tampa. I thought y'all was gonna put it on them so that way we didn't have to feel like we had to watch film. No, you're gonna have to watch film this week.
Tampa beat Seattle and the Rams, and then lost to the Saints and Falcons the next 2 weeks. So the NFC's crazy. Like I told you before, I don't trust the teams at the top of the NFC or the AFC. Like I feel like
it's all about who peaks at the right time, Desmond. Yeah, it's not about how good you are week 1, week 4, week 10. It's about right now. December games are the games that matter the most. All you got to make sure is that your record gives you this fighting chance to be relevant. It gives you a fighting chance to play meaningful football. So you peak around this time.
Yeah, and that all I know is Sam Darnold was 14-3 last year as a starter. He is 12-3 as a starter this year, and he's been on 2 different teams. So with 2 different everything. So I'm not worried about Sam Darnold. Matter of fact, I'm actually glad he's coming because he's somebody familiar. Like, come on in here, Sam Darnold. We know exactly what you're going to try to do. So it's at home. And now the Panther fans, after seeing what happened this week, it's going to be impossible for Seattle fans to get in that stadium. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's going to be like this, especially if it was a nice day outside. It was a game where people were expecting, and this will actually be to clinch the division. This isn't a game to get to the game. This is the game. Like, and you're playing the best team in the NFC. So if that's the table set. Like if you beat Seattle, forget week 18. You beat Seattle next week at Bank of America Stadium at your house and handle your business. It ain't got to be a blowout. You ain't got to win by 14. It can be ugly. I don't care. Win by 1. If you win that game, you win the NFC South for the first time since 2015.
Yep.
It's the Super Bowl year, you know, and shout out again. I was trying to find the Dave Canales post game because me and you've talked about it off air. We love when he comes in, he does the game balls and everything else. And I couldn't find it in time, but somebody had asked me if I'd seen David Tepper this year. I think I asked you how many times you've seen David Tepper around. And you were like, I think the only time I've seen him is in the Dave Canales post game things. And he was there. He's in the back of the post game. He's not trying to hog the spotlight or nothing. He's doing exactly what we want him to do. Chill in the back, watch it.
He's chilling in the back saying, I told y'all so.
I told you. I told y'all. Like y'all doubted me and I told y'all. And now,
listen, man.
Now it's like I'm looking
to those who wait.
I'm looking forward to I'm not looking forward to the end of the season, but this is the first time in a long time where I'm actually looking forward to the offseason too. What is Dan Morgan going to be cooking?
See how much we can bank.
Yeah.
See how many free agents out there want to be a Panther.
Because now, like you just said, because now what's going to happen, because we saw it happen with the 2015 Panthers. Y'all started attracting these vets that started seeing what was happening, and they started coming over and signing on 1-year deals and stuff just to fill in hole, like Peanut Tillman, Jared Allen, dudes. They came over and took what we were to something else. And I think that they're building that recipe now where next year you could see some vets sign on some deals like that to fill in some depth. But I think Dan's going to still stick with his building formula, which is go youth, build around Bryce Young. I wouldn't be surprised if they get him another weapon in the first round this upcoming draft. Just because why not? He's proven to get elsewhere.
Find some depth in the defense with the linebackers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, man, the linebackers played great today. Christian Roseboom, Claudin Sherlis was out there scrapping.
Sherlis has been great in place of Wallace when he's been out this year.
They was out there scrapping.
Yeah.
This is a team that is scrappy, right? Scrappy, young, they just want to be out there playing ball, making plays. I look at Nick Scott. Nick Scott was all over the place today.
Mm-hmm.
He's been playing ball. A lot of people been kind of riding him off. But listen, Nick Scott, he's been making plays. He's been around the ball all year long.
Yep. And again, people got to take these plays. You can't grade them one play at a time. Get off your phones, watch the game, and stop trying to commentate on it the whole game. 2nd and 4 in the second quarter, Bryce misses an open receiver to the right because he's getting chased by 2 300-pound defensive linemen or whatever. And you're on Twitter talking about Bryce doesn't have the vision to see the whole field. Stop it. Just stop it.
Man,
we're past all that stuff now.
If you had a guy named Vita Vea breathing down your neck,
you ain't gonna see a whole lot. You ain't gonna see a whole lot at all.
Be out there scrambling and missing people too.
It's real easy for you to sit on your couch and be like, hey, that dude's open over there.
Yeah, that dude's open to the right side, even though I can't see over there because I got this big old body on my right side.
Yeah, you ain't got the Scooby-Doo villain in front of you chasing you the whole time.
Oh, man.
And Bryce is
shout out to Coach Canales, man, for keeping this thing locked in, man. Because the Carolina Panthers and the fan base, they deserve this. And Canales and Dan Morgan and Mr. Tepper, they have given this to Charlotte, to Carolina, to the Carolinas. And this is just I think people just need to take note of this, of the feeling that you have right now. That gratitude is going to carry a long way. It's going to carry a long way. And, fans expect their teams to win. Fans believe that their teams can win. But more importantly, they pay to be in this venue in Bank of America Stadium to watch their team win. And you've been able to sit in a seat, whether you're at home or in the stadium, and you've been able to see your team prevail to 8-7 this year. Now, what did I say this? I said there was going to be a 10-win, 10-plus season this year.
You went past 10. I think you said
I went 11 probably.
Yeah,
right?
you went crazy. I was like, whoa.
I said 11, but hey, 10 is good, right? 10 is good, right?
It's good. 10 is great. 10-7
is great.
That's a 2-win lead in the NFC South this year. So yeah, I mean, you know what I want David Tepper to do? That restaurant that's in Charlotte that's gotten famous for putting up the stuff on the side up front. That'll be some kind of snarky comment about him.
I love it.
He needs to go in there again and just go to the front counter and be like, talk to me nice.
Yeah, talk to
me nice because what
y'all
gonna
go back in there. They got a good understanding, it seems like, because clearly it has become a thing.
Yeah, I think it's all because that was the place where he came in. I think it was a year ago, 2 years ago, where he came in there and they were going back and forth at the front. And ever since then, they started putting stuff on the billboard outside. But ever since then, really, that was kind of when everything started to turn around a little bit. Because I was around, I think it was the same week in Jacksonville, the whole drink thing and all that stuff. It was around the same time. So it was like 2 years ago. And then Dan Morgan comes in, Canales comes in, and they do this. And we're watching it happen. And for Panther fans too, I think that we got so used to it being the long way. Always being told we got to wait, we got to get this. We're missing this. We don't have this on our roster.
Yeah.
For them to turn this around to be competitive really in the past, I don't know, 18, 19 games going back to last year. Because it really was about second half of last year going forward. And then they kind of built off of that this year and this entire year. This is a different squad. It's just a different vibe altogether. And it feels like they are playing together. You've mentioned that before too, that the funnest teams you've played on are teams where it didn't feel like you were going to work. You know, like you going to hang out with friends. Like you about to work on this and that. It's fun. Like it's not hard. And it feels like it's starting to get like that with the Panthers a little bit, where I think they know if they're on, other teams don't want to play them because they don't know what to expect. They have no idea what to expect from this team.
Yeah, if you turn that light switch on,
it's like a big play. If they get a big play or something, like it sparks it, and it's just like, okay, the defense feeds off of it, everything, and it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. So,
but you said it earlier for the people that just got on earlier. Desmond put it perfectly. This was a boxing match. This was a throwdown. This was a game where Tampa Bay and Carolina went blow for blow, jab for jab.
Yeah.
And then eventually we gave them a little uppercut, right there before the half. Score, T-Mac in the touchdown in the end zone from Bryce Young. They sent 0 blitz. And then Bryce said, I can do one better. You sent a 0 blitz. Well, I'm going to make you pay, okay? And so that was an uppercut, right? And then it came back out in the second half, a little jab here, a little jab there, a little right hook, little left hook, you know. And then it was like, okay, we gotta give it to Mike Evans. Gotta give it to Mike Evans. And we said, okay. Are you okay? Latham came in there and said, are you okay?
Yup.
Send you home, baby. Send you home.
All this boxing. Did you watch that fight Saturday?
Oh yeah, I did. Joshua put him in the hospital, man.
Dude, he smirked at him right before he knocked him out. Like you see it, like he squared him up. It was like, gotcha. He was like, gotcha. He went. I was like, oh my god. I saw him. I don't know if it was real or not, but look, he broke his jaw twice. Like over here.
His jaw like.
Because Anthony Joshua is not Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, bless his soul, he's like 57 years old. Like he couldn't roll like that. Anthony Joshua, it was like a lion kind of like tracking its prey like in a cage. He's just kind of just wandering around after him, and they got to a certain point. He was like, all right, I'm done with this. And he just started tap.
He did everybody a favor though, and put that boy out.
Yo, my wife hates Jake Paul so much that when she saw we were watching something else, and she was like, what is that? I was like, oh, that's right, Jake Paul's fighting Anthony Joshua today. She was like, who's that? He's like, oh, he's a really good boxer. Oh, let's watch that. I hate Jake Paul. I want to see him get knocked out. I was like, cool. So we put it on there, and we got to it like at 11, where they didn't even start fighting like 11:30. And my wife was so into it. She was like, no, let's just stay right here because it might be quick. So I was like, okay. So we stayed there and watched the whole thing.
He lasted 6 rounds.
He did. But I mean, was it worth it?
I ain't gonna hold you. I know I can't last 6 rounds up in that boxing ring with somebody like that.
Would you run the risk of getting knocked out by Anthony Joshua and a broken jaw for $82 million? Because that was the payout for both of them.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and take that $82 million and fix this.
Yeah,
it'll be all right.
As soon as I saw the payout, it's like both of them went home with like $82 million. I was like, oh my gosh, that's why Jake Paul was like, let's go ahead and end this.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do that to Seattle next week. Seattle comes
knock them out
home again. You go to stadium again Sunday.
Hit him with that Anthony Joshua.
Boom, jaw. So they'll be here. I think that's as it stands right now, I think it's a 1:00 game.
Man, they go ahead and flex that. Flex the rest of these games.
No, I want to stay at 1. No, stay at 1 because if it's 1, that's like what 10 o'clock Seattle time. Like I'd rather them make them fly across country. Like we played the Rams. We played the Rams here. Yeah, we did play the Rams here. Yeah, and it was a short week for them too, I think. So I want Seattle. Now they'll have a longer week because they played the day before, or whatever. But yeah, they'll come across country. 1:00 games. So it'll be early for them. West Coast teams typically have trouble playing at 1:00 on the East Coast. So it's not a gimme for Seattle to win this game. I don't trust Seattle anyway. I feel like the only team they have beaten is the Rams. I know they beat more, but I don't trust them. So it's like there's no team in the NFC. I feel like even Philly, where I feel like we can't put up a game against and go right back and forth like we did today. So we should have a midweek episode for you guys before the holiday. should drop. It might drop Christmas Eve, which is Wednesday morning. We should have that there for you, so you won't have to go a week without us in terms of the holidays or whatnot. We'll get you ready for Panthers versus Seahawks next Sunday at 1 p.m. I imagine on Fox. So, Stu, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Nah, brother. Carolina Panthers 8-7. You didn't believe? Now you should. And if you don't, good luck. Because the train has already left the station. We ain't got no more tickets. We out.
I'm looking for my thing.
Do you believe?
I haven't had a chance to use it really this whole season. Yeah, so it's if you like you said, we've been telling people the door's still open if you want to hop on here, but we're gonna get to a point where like
next week, Jimmy Horn. I'm telling you,
they've been incorporating a little bit more and more each week. Like people forget about him. He's nice. He's nice. So we're gonna go ahead and head out of here.
Unlock that code. It's a different game.
That's the last thing that the other teams need to worry about is somebody taking the top off the back of a defense on the Panthers offense because Bryce can get it there. Bryce can cork it. He can uncork it out.
He can throw that thing.
So we're gonna go ahead and get out. Shout out to everybody that came in here. We figured it was gonna be some folks wanting to come and stop by and say hi after that win today on the live version.
Yeah, appreciate all you guys.
Yeah,
Michael Thomas, 100%. Yeah, I'm always keeping it a buck.
Yep.
Keep pounding, Michael Thomas. The NFL isn't a sprint; it's a marathon. You're right about that, Trizzy. And Gronk was talking crazy still. Let him talk crazy. You know where he at. You know where he resides. He has to talk crazy. If I was him, I'd talk crazy too.
He was a big man.
Okay.
He was like, man, I don't know what's wrong with Tampa right now, man. I don't know. I know what's wrong with them. They can't win a football game. They've lost like 7 out of their past 8 games. They're doing like this. We'll see them again end of the year, but hopefully we won't have to worry about that game. Let's handle business next Sunday. I'm sure that's what Canals is telling me, right? Let's just go handle business Sunday. And then we can rest players we want to on the next week if we really, really want to or need to, but we're pretty healthy. So let's beat them twice.
Keep that motor going, man. Keep that oil going.
So we're gonna go ahead and head out. Presented by Fanduel. We'll see you guys midweek with our midweek show previewing Panthers versus Seahawks for Desmond Johnson and Jonathan Stewart. You've been watching and listening to the Bleav in Panthers podcast here on Bleav Podcast Networks. Keep pounding, y'all. Enjoy the victory Monday.
Yeah, happy holidays if we don't hear from you.